Hello and welcome to my first Canva tips and tricks video. On these short videos I'm going to be sharing some inside designer knowledge on how to make the most of Canva and how to think like a designer when creating your own visuals. So one of the first things I do when I start any design project is I collate all the assets together in a brand folder. And with the brand assets, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about your logo, your colours and your fonts, plus any maybe extra additional graphic shapes or textures that you use regularly. And I put these all in a folder so that I can refer back to them later. Now, for your logo, one thing you've got to make sure is that you have a full colour version of your logo, a white version of your logo, a black or mono version of your logo, and these need to be in JPEG and PNG formats. Now, JPEGs are fine if that is all you've got, but the problem that you will find with JPEGs is that there will always be a white box surrounding the logo. So when you put that logo on top of an image, there's going to be a white box there. It doesn't always look the best. So the best thing to do is to save out a transparent PNG file. For example, if you have quite a dark image, if you put a white transparent logo on top of that dark image, you're not going to lose any legibility in your logo. So it's really good to have a mixture of a full colour version, a white version and a black mono version so that you can use them on any different type of background. Okay, next thing to do is if your logo is made up of an icon and some text, what's a really good idea is to save out the icon as a separate image or graphic shape. Now the reason for this is that it's going to give you so much more flexibility when you're adding your branding to any of the posts. If you save out a little image of the icon on its own, what you can then do is add that as like a little watermark in the corner without overly branding all of the posts all of the time. But it also means that perhaps if you've used something like a stock image, it just makes it look a little bit different, a bit more like your own, if there's some sort of branding that relates to your business on there. So that's a really good idea as well, is to sort of save out all the elements of your logo as separate files as well. Now the next thing to do is to obviously collate all your colours. Now the best thing to do is to find the hex codes of the colours that are in your logo to begin with. So the hex code is generally a series of letters and numbers that follow a hashtag, and you can type these into Canva and it will give you the colour, and then you can save that colour and a collection of those colours into a folder on your file. If you obviously have any other additional colours that you use regularly, then add those in as well. You're looking for between about 3 and 7 colours in total that form part of your sort of brand colour palette. Anything less than 3 and I think you're going to struggle, everything's going to maybe look a bit too duotone. Anything more than 7 and you're really starting to give yourself too many colours to choose from, and you're going to then obviously fall into the trap of looking inconsistent. So between 3 and 7 is ideal, with perhaps having a kind of what I would call a primary colour or 2 colours that you always use regularly. Okay, so organising your files in this way obviously will take a little bit of a time to begin with, but it really does help you save time later on. Just helps you feel a bit more structured when you're coming to create your own content. Now, one of the things I haven't talked about is fonts. And I know this can be a little bit of a minefield for those who are not creative, who are not designers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover fonts in my next video, and I'm going to talk through how to choose your fonts and how many fonts you need so that you've got enough to sort of work with, again, without having too many that causes confusion. If there's any other tips and tricks that you want me to cover off, then please do pop them in the comments below, and I will see if I can help. So thanks for watching.